Hey guys, it's Sarah Schneider, nourishlife.org. Happy Sunday. So today I wanted to hop on here and talk about what happens when manifesting appears, like what you've manifested, you don't feel like it's actually happened because it appears differently than you expected it, right? A lot of times they'll tell you, manifesting gurus will say, you have to be really specific about what you want, and if you manifest something, you're going to get exactly what you wanted and all of this kind of stuff. But sometimes manifesting looks, or like what you've manifested looks different than what you expected it to be, right? So you have these ideas of what you want and you put it out there and you visualize it or you journal about it or whatever you do to manifest, right? Because everyone's different. And then something comes to you, but it's not in the same way you thought it would be. It doesn't look like the same thing. It doesn't look like the same thing that you thought it would look like. It wasn't exactly what you visualized or what you journaled about, and you're like confused because you didn't. It's almost like it's hard to realize if that's actually the thing that you're manifesting, right? Sometimes you're so blinded by the fact that it needs to be a certain way. There's all this goodness happening around you, and you don't even put two and two together that maybe it's this or that, right? So today I wanted to talk about what that looks like, and I wanted to share with you guys. So one of the interesting things about me is that, number one, I'm a nutritionist. I'm not a manifesting guru, but I just do a lot of manifesting. And number two is that I'm Christian, but I'm in like this woo stuff, right? And that feels very different to a lot of people. It feels like you can't be, you have to be either or, you can't be both, right? And it's taken a little bit for myself to reconcile that. But I really think that this kind of goes hand in hand. So if you're a Christian and you're into the woo, it really goes hand in hand, because we know that like Jesus was the biggest woo of all. He could touch somebody and heal them, or he could, he raised Lazarus from the dead. Like if that's not woo, then I don't know what is. So this whole manifesting thing, it does go with the whole Christian faith, number one, because it's Sunday and we're preaching today. But number two, it's also about this idea that there are, okay, so you're going to manifest something, you're going to want something, and you're going to be given exactly what you wanted / needed. And sometimes what you need is not exactly what you want, but you're going to be given, it's kind of like that whole idea of like unanswered prayers, right? You're going to be given exactly what you needed to get what you want, but it's not always going to look like exactly what you thought it would, right? And that's when we have these blinders on, and we think to ourselves, man, that manifesting stuff didn't work. And yet it did. But we were not looking at all the extrinsic places of where it could be. We were looking like this. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, I have a lot of weird perspectives in life. So today it was yesterday, I was in the shower and I was thinking about some of this, and I was thinking for so long the shower ran cold, and we have a lot of hot water, so that was a long time that I was in there. But one of the things that came to my mind was this old story that I heard, and listen to me very carefully. Like, I am Christian, but I'm not one of those super religious people. I'm more spiritual than I am religious. So this is just like a fun story that I heard from back in the day. I'm not going to try and preach at you. But there's this idea that there's this guy and he's sitting on the rooftop of a house, right? And it's flooding. And I live in Houston, so we know hurricanes and we know flooding. So this story really resonates with me. And the waters are coming up and it's flooding, and a guy comes over in a canoe and is like, hey, get on my canoe, let's go. And the guy goes, no, my God's going to save me. And you probably heard this story before, right? And then the floodwaters, they keep rising, and the police come by in a boat, and they're like, dude, come on, let's go. Like, this is the last time that we're going to be able to save you and get out in time. And he goes, no, my God's going to save me. And then a helicopter comes in, and he lowers down the rope and this rope ladder, and he's like, come on, get on. Like, there's your chance, like, let me save you. And he's like, no, my God's gonna save me, right? And then the guy drowns and he dies, and he gets to heaven, and he says, God, like, why didn't you save me? And he goes, I did. I tried 3 times, right? Like the canoe, the boat, the helicopter, like I tried. And that's it, guys. So that's the manifestation stuff. Coming full circle. Like, you can pray, or you can visualize, or you can journal, or you can manifest, like whatever it is that you call it, right? It's the same damn thing, regardless of faith. But whatever you're putting out there, you can put it out there. And sometimes you're going to get exactly what you want, exactly what you need, exactly what you need to propel you into the life that you want, exactly to propel you into whatever it is that you're manifesting. But if you've got blinders on of how it should go, it will never work. You'll never see what you're supposed to see, and you will never get on board with what you're supposed to be doing to get you there. So it was in that moment that I started thinking about that story and thinking, that's it. Like, that's why we forget sometimes, right? That's why we don't see what we're supposed to see, is because sometimes it's not in something we're supposed to receive, it's in somebody that we're supposed to receive. It's when God gives us, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. I have clients from all backgrounds. It's when God gives you a beautiful person that has amazing talents and messages in them, and that's where you're supposed to, that's your next piece of your journey. That's your next place, right? To get what you need to further your journey, to manifest whatever it is that you want. Sometimes we're looking into the actual thing when right in front of us is this person that has been resonating with us for months, right? This is that person that you keep, every single time you get on Facebook, there are pictures like that first person on your feed, right? Like, it's another post that just reaches and like talks to your heart. It's another live video that you're like, man, this is it, right? And it's this idea that sometimes what we're manifesting, what we want from our life, what we want to improve, what we want, to not struggle with anymore, all those answers are wrapped up in a beautiful person that's like, look, God's like, look, I'm giving you exactly what you need. I'm giving you exactly what you need to go further on your journey, and you just keep ignoring it. Like, post after post, live video after live video, I'm literally shoving this person in your face, and you're just like not paying attention, right? And I have to say, like, this was true for me. Like, I was in corporate America for years and years and years, right? And I was in a male-dominated industry. I was in the nutritional ingredient industry. I worked with, I reported to the CEO of a $220 million publicly traded company, right? Like, this was not an easy position to be in. And I was the youngest woman by like 20 years, okay? Sitting around a boardroom table, trying to prove myself over and over and over to the corner office. So when I decided to get out of corporate America, it was scary as shit. I'm not kidding you. Like, it was terrifying. I had a lot of security. I had a lot of bonuses, a lot of benefits of being in corporate America. And to get out of that and to leave all that, it was terrifying. But I also knew that I couldn't live my life like that anymore, right? And I was looking for a sign to figure out how to do that. Like, I had been in corporate America and done marketing, like corporate marketing. But marketing yourself as an entrepreneur is completely different in an online space. It's completely different than like corporate America. So I had no idea what I was doing. And somebody, one day, a coach popped up in my feed, right? And her message spoke exactly to me. I did a discovery call with her. I hired her. I was like, this is going to be awesome, right? She was so deeply rooted in her masculine self, just like I was at the time. And I knew that she had the tools and the strategies that were going to help me, right? And I was all in. I did everything that she said to do. And I did I did some really great things. And I got a little bit further in my business. And then it wasn't right anymore, right? And it's because I was starting to evolve and grow as a person, right? I was starting to start realizing that I couldn't live in that masculine self, not when I was doing my own business, not when I was doing my work, because my work is nutrition work, but it's also head and heart work, and you can't be in your masculine if you're going to do that. So then another coach, I started following her, and she's more of a woo-woo coach, right? And I am Christian, so like this woo-woo Oh, good, Linnell. This woo-woo stuff mixed with this Christianity stuff, it felt a little bit awkward for me, right? But I knew, like I was telling you guys earlier, I knew that this is important. And I was drawn to her, and she was one of these people that I knew was the second piece of my journey in this, right? It was my second, you know, part of this journey into entrepreneurship. And it's exactly what I needed. It was exactly what I needed to start being seen or feeling comfortable being seen. It was exactly, I mean, look at me, I'm like sitting here looking like a hot mess. It's exactly what I needed to start realizing my potential and my worth and my value in my ability to help heal, right? And all of that good stuff. But here's the deal. If I had looked at this from a perspective of, well, I needed to know what the next step is. I needed to know what the next step is. I needed to know what steps, and waiting for like this big, huge neon sign to spell it all out for me, this like etched in stone, burning bush kind of moment. It wasn't ever going to happen because, not a hot mess, thanks, Lena, because that's not how it works. Like when we manifest something, it's not always how it works. Sometimes God or the universe will drop somebody into our lives and it's like, this is it. This is your next step. This person is here to help you move forward. This person is here to help you get to the next place that you need to be. It's not some big burning bush moment of like, here are the tools and strategies to get you from here to here, right? It's not always like that. Or here's $1 million, or here's $50,000 for that house you wanted. Like, it's not always like that. But maybe somebody pops into your life and you're just really drawn to that person and you're like, oh, but I don't have time for that because I'm sitting here manifesting. And that person's the person that's supposed to get you there, right? But we have blinders on and we think that we have to have it a certain way and then it doesn't work out. And then we wonder, like, what the hell? It didn't work out. And it's because we didn't look where we needed to look. It's because we weren't keeping an open mind to all of the different possibilities out there. So yeah, maybe, you know, you're like where I was, exactly like where I was in my own, you know, your own business. You know, you're a coach and you want to put yourself out there and and I'm not a business coach, I'm just saying this, guys, right? So if so if that's you, this is like your little like message to go find the right guy or right girl for you, right? Because I'm not a business coach, but maybe this is exactly where you need to be. Maybe you need to be hearing this message because there's this business coach, this fantastic business coach that every single time you open up your Facebook feed, that woman pops up and is like telling you something that is just so soul nourishing, right? And it's exactly what you need, and it just totally resonated with you. That's your person. Like, that's the person that needs to be helping you in your next journey, right? Maybe, you know, you're one of those people that you have the dream life, right? Like I really did. I have to say, like, I really did have the dream life when I quit corporate America. Like, I was killing it in corporate America. And I had, you know, the fantastic husband and the kids and the beautiful house, besides the fact that I have like a dog cage in my office right now because of the holidays. But all this stuff, I had this perfect life and I felt so unfulfilled. Maybe it's finding like that perfect dream life coach that helps you map out, you know, your ability to manifest and like literally live the life of your dreams. And you see that person and you resonate with this person and you want that, but you're like, but I haven't manifested exactly what I wanted. Maybe that person's supposed to be helping you manifest it, right? Maybe, or maybe you are like me. Maybe you had, you know, struggled with your weight for a long time. Maybe you struggled with, you know, overeating, or you struggled with dysregulated eating. I had like every single dysregulated eating under the sun, right? And maybe there was somebody who keeps popping up in your feed and says, look, there's a different way. You don't have to diet. You don't have to do supplements. You don't have to exercise your ass off to get what you want, right? And maybe that person keeps coming up in your feed. It's like 2018 in like, I don't know how many days. But it's coming in like 2 weeks. We're going to be in the brand new year, and maybe this is your year to get in like the best shape ever. I don't know what it is for you. Like, I don't know what you want to manifest, but I do know that sometimes it's wrapped up differently than what we think. Sometimes it's wrapped up in a beautiful person who has the ability to guide you through the next leg of your journey, right? And I was just talking to a good friend, and we were laughing about it because I was telling her I'm going to go live and I'm going to do this. And she goes, I was just about to go live and say the exact opposite. And I started cracking up. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, the cat is like, I feel like there's some people that they're constantly looking for the next person that's going to guide them. This is something to really think about. God has drawn several people to provide me with insight. My goodness, I thought about this earlier. Wait, I am busy working on manifesting. Yes, Linnell, seriously, seriously. It really, I'm busy manifesting here, and he's like, good God, woman, look right here. It's right here. I'm trying to show you. Yeah, sometimes it feels like that. And then I was talking, like I was saying, I was talking to my good friend, and she was saying, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I was going to talk about how all those people that go from one person to the next person, the next person, the next person, and they never feel, you know, worthy or valuable or enough, or like they're always looking for validation that they're doing the right thing, and that they really do have a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom inside of themselves. And that's so true as well, right? It's not just like, if you're, these are two totally different situations though, right? Most of us that are working on the like Linnell, like, dude, I'm like really busy working on this manifesting thing. I don't have time for this when this may be the person that really helps you manifest. But a lot of us, we think that we have to figure it out ourselves. We feel like everything that we have to do has to be you know, done within ourselves, and we can't look for outside counsel because that wouldn't feel authentic or something like that, right? And that's not even what I do. Like in my practice, my clients get annoyed sometimes probably because I'm like, this is your work, right? I'm helping you navigate it. I give you so many resources and so much stuff, yes. But really I'm pulling out all these answers from you, right? And it's this, so there's a fine line between that and then also appreciating all the goodness and all the wisdom and all the knowledge and all of the intuition that you do have within yourself, and that ability to tap into that, because that is so important, to be able to tap into this amazing wisdom that you already have within you. And sometimes it takes a really special, beautiful person to help help unlock that, right? To tap into that, or help you tap into that. And then sometimes like it's just amazing that you're able to like do that on your own for some things. But like for me, I was able to completely transform my relationship to food. I was able to completely transform my body, to stop overeating, without dieting and all that kind of stuff. I was able to figure all that out myself. Hey, Sarah. I was able to figure all that stuff out on my own. And then I was able to take that and to put it into words and into a program and all that. However, what I was not able to do, what I was not able to manifest on my own, that something that I really needed help and direction from a beautiful, beautiful person that was gifted to me by God to support me, was this whole idea of entrepreneurship. Like I was really good at corporate America. I made very good money in corporate America, and it just didn't translate right out of the gate like that in my own business, right? I needed assistance in that. I needed support. And I said that, like I prayed and prayed and prayed. I said, I need to figure this stuff out. And it wasn't that God gave me the answers for myself. It's that God gave me a beautiful person and said, hey, look, this coach is going to help you. And that's what I'm talking about today. Is I'm not a business coach. I'm a nutritionist. So when I'm saying this to you, it's not because I'm trying to sell you on something. It's because it was something that really helped me, and it was just really weighing on my heart last night. If you caught the, I want to lose 12 pounds, I know, random. Hey, you know what though, everybody, I have clients that range from like wanting to lose, 10 pounds. Like I literally had a client that wanted to lose 10 pounds, and then I've had clients that have lost 45, 60 pounds. So like everybody has, their thing, Linnell. But yeah, I'm not a business coach, and I'm sitting here telling you that you may need a business coach, or you may need a manifesting coach, or a dream life coach, or whatever it is to get you to the life that you want to live, to manifest that life that you want to live. But sometimes it takes an expert in a certain space, right? Like I said, I'm a nutritionist. I figured all that out on my own, and I was able to create a program for it and all that good stuff. So that's my thing. And I help women. I help women transform their entire lives because they feel better, right? If they physically feel better, they're able to, and they're physically more capable of doing things, and they're physically more capable of living the life of their dreams. When they feel better about themselves, they can do amazing, extraordinary things. That's the kind of stuff that I do. But to get to the point where I'm sitting here talking to you, where I feel okay to be 100% visible, when I'm with my clients, I'm this. But it took a long time to be this, just in a space that doesn't feel comfortable, right? Like I'm sitting here sharing a story with you guys, and I have no idea who you are. That felt uncomfortable to me, and it took me getting help from a business coach, from a mindset coach, from somebody who is in the woo when I'm a Christian, to be able to do this and come in as all my authentic self and be able to show up and do this work, which is incredible because there's a lot of people that, you know, need this message, number one, that are on here. And then it's also incredible because there's a lot of women out there that need my help in the nutrition space. And if I wasn't there, if I wasn't putting myself out there, they wouldn't be getting the help that they needed, right? And that's incredible to me. That's really incredible to me. So, two things. If you are a coach and you keep putting yourself out there, and you keep doing the work, you keep showing up, and you keep watching, and you keep doing these videos, we have to be open and prayerful. Yeah, you know what? It's a balance, Linnell. It really is, because I'm both woo and Christian, and it's an interesting combination. It's a weird little space to be in the middle. A lot of times the wooers look at you like, I don't know about you, and a lot of times the Christians look at you and like, really, woo? But yeah, it's about being open, and because there's so much goodness in both. And I'm not saying that you have to be either or. I'm just saying I find goodness in both. But if you are a coach, or if you are in the business world and you keep showing up, and it feels like you just keep showing up and you're doing the videos and you're posting and you're just not sure if you're reaching the right people, you are. Really, you are. 9 times out of 10, when I get a discovery call, which I don't call them discovery calls, but that's what the business calls them, right? Is a discovery call. When I get on a call with somebody and we have a chat and I hear their story, 9 times out of 10, they have been following me for a long time. They've been watching my videos, they've been reading my posts, and they have not commented or liked one thing. And I had no idea that they existed, right? So keep doing it. That's my advice to you. Keep doing it. And if you haven't been able to put yourself out there, like you cannot put yourself out there and it feels uncomfortable and like you want to, but you just seem to like not be able to, then get a coach. Get somebody. Like if there's somebody that's in your feed that's been really resonating with you and that you really have been drawn to and pulled towards, that is your answer. That person is your answer. Get with them so that they can help you be seen, right? 2, if you are that person, right? If you're on the other side of it and you just keep seeing somebody in your feed, if you just keep being really drawn to somebody and you've been trying to manifest a healthy life, and there's a nutritionist who keeps popping up in your feed, that's probably that's probably the person you need to hook up with, right? Or if you've been trying to manifest a successful business and you have this coach that's constantly in your feed, that is probably God saying, hello, right here. If you are trying to get your finances, there's like an amazing financial coach that I know of, and if you're trying to get your finances in order and you want to get out of debt and you want to live this incredible life, but you just can't get a hold of this whole finance stuff, and there's this person and she keeps posting these beautiful things, and she's really understanding and compassionate, and that's your person, right? That's the person that God is gifting you, this beautiful person that has the next piece of your journey, right? So anyways, I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that sometimes when we manifest, it's not always going to appear exactly how we want it to. And when you're looking around, and you're like, this isn't working, pause and really pay attention, because there could be somebody that's right there. It's exactly where you need to be. It's exactly what you've been looking for to further your journey. So that is my spiel today. You know what's funny? I went to Texas Tech for the first 2 years, and then I transferred to Texas Women's, because as much like West Texas folks, I love you. I lived there for 2 years. I could not live there for another 3 years when I changed my major to nutrition, to dietetics. But you know what's funny is I've had this sweatshirt since I was 17, and like you can see, it's like all like ripped up, but it's the most comfortable sweatshirt ever. So I just think that's funny. Anyways, anybody have any questions before I hop off? I'll be glad to answer anything. It's 1:30. Okay. Thank you. This is eye-opening. Be open to what and whom you are drawn to. Yes. Yes. I think that's what God really wanted me to hear. That was the message I was supposed to hear yesterday. Because I'm telling you, I was in the shower till it ran cold, thinking about all this. So if you're just now hopping on, I'm going to hop off, and you can watch the replay from the very beginning, and then you'll understand what the hell it is I'm talking about today. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday, and I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye, guys.